God afternoon, you guys. It is April 21st. Jesus calling. Let me control your mind. Ooh, a little bit of mind control, a little bit of what's it called? How am I blinking so hard right now? What is the thing where you get put in a trance? Hypnosis, a little hypnosis from God. Let me control your mind, right? I'm sure he's not talking about actual mind control. I'm sure he's just talking about let your thoughts be God-led thoughts, right? Let your actions be God-led actions. Let your heart be God-led love. The mind is the most restless, unruly part of mankind. He knows this so well, guys. He knows everything. He knows me. He knows you. And he knows our weaknesses. He knows our strength. And our biggest weakness is our restless mind. It's one of our biggest strengths, right? We're able to create so much, right? We're able to take God's creative ability and then manipulate it in our own way to create the beautiful things that we do have in this world, the amazing things that we do, that we're able to formulate, that we're able to think of, right? But that's also our biggest weakness. Long after you've learned the discipline of holding your tongue, your thoughts defy your will and set themselves up against me. So let's talk about growing up, right? The process of growing up. It's a very methodical thing that everyone goes through. Everyone, for the most part, goes through the same phases, right? And so you talk about long after you learn how to control your tongue, right? That's one of the first things we learn is like when we're little. Little kids are so honest, they're so like vibrant, full of life, and they're just so amazing, right? But one thing that they do not do is hold their tongue, right? That's one of the first things they do. They learn is to function in society. Sometimes you need to not say these things. You need to say these things, right? You need to be able to read a room. You need to be able to know what needs to be said in this moment and what should not be said, right? Sometimes like the truth is not always like warranted, right? But it should be, but sometimes it's not. That's just the way we have society. We all grow up learning that, learning how to control our tongue, learning how to not get into trouble, right? But even after that, long after that, he says, your thoughts defy your will and set themselves up against me. We learn to control our tongues, but not our minds, right? Growing up, we're always learning how to appear, how to talk, right? How to like, just present ourselves in a certain way, but we're never learned how to think, right? How to control our thoughts, how to control our mind, how to control our impulses. And that is the most important thing. That's more important than controlling your tongue is controlling your mind. Because along with controlling your mind, you will end up controlling your tongue. Man is the pinnacle of my creation. And the human mind is wondrously complex. That is the most true thing, right? Like God is a creator. That's the number one thing he is, right? He's our father. He's God, but he's also a creator. He created everything that we see, everything we know. And he gives each of us part of his creativity, right? That comes directly from God. But he says our mind is wondrously complex. We only know like 10% of our brain. We're so smart, right? Our brain is so developed, but we can't even understand how it works. That's how developed it is. That's how you know there's a divine creator. That's how you know that there is a God, right? This like how is it that through random evolution, right, just over hundreds of years, that we have developed a brain that we can't even understand, that's that methodical, that insane, that we can only understand like 10% of it. It's insane. It's ridiculous, right? That's one of the biggest things that I love about God, is that he just is able to create the most insane, ridiculous things. And it's just funny, like it's humorous at a point, right? You think, oh my gosh, like we're so smart, we're the smartest beings in the world, but we can't even understand how we're so smart, right? Because God created us, because it's patented by him, right? He got a little stamp of Jesus in there. I risked all by granting you freedom to think for yourself. I risked all, right? You don't think God knew what was going to happen? You don't think he knows the human nature, right? You don't think he knows like where things could have gone, right? I risked it all to give you the freedom to think for yourself. He created the most complex, wonderfully brilliant species ever, and then gave it free will. Like, I mean, he knew what he was unleashing on the planet. This is godlike privilege. That's so true. Forever setting you apart from animals and robots. I made you in my image, precariously close to deity, right? And that is a beautiful thing. I'm so glad that God did this, that did that for us, right? The combination of not only intelligence but free will. That's how we're made in God's image, right? That's what sets us apart with robots and with animals, right? Animals don't have the intelligence and robots don't have the free will. You put them together, you have intelligence and free will, and that's human beings. That's God's creation. Though my blood has fully redeemed you, your mind is the last bastion of rebellion. Open yourself to my radiant presence, letting my light permeate your thinking, right? God died for you. Jesus died for you. Jesus' blood ran for you, right? And all of that did happen, and that is amazing, and you should be thankful. The last barrier to entry to God into your life, to truly living a God-filled life, to truly changing for the better, is your mind. And you need to be aware of that, because if you're not aware of that, then you'll never truly understand. You'll never know where your weaknesses come from. You'll never know why you don't have the relationship with God you're not what you want, right? You'll never know why you feel so distant, so outcasted, right? It's because of those walls we put up. Though my blood has fully redeemed you, your mind is the last bastion of rebellion. God redeemed us, right? God died for our sins, and even we don't believe that, right? Like a lot of us still have that victim mentality where it's like, why do I deserve it? Why do I deserve someone dying for me, right? I'm just a bad person. I don't do the best things, right? A lot of people have that mentality, but he loved you so much that he will do anything for you, especially die for you, be tortured like no one's ever been tortured in the history of the world, and then die for you. He did that for you. You are worth it, right? But your mind is a bastion of rebellion. Do not let that wander. Open yourself to my radiant presence, letting my light permeate your thinking. When my spirit is controlling your mind, you are filled with life and peace. If you want to understand more, if you're someone who's not super close to God and you want to understand more, open your mind. Let him enter you. Let him enter your mind. Let him enter your space, right? And think and really just process what it means to have the God that loves you this much. And if you are closer to God, let down those walls, and stop always trying to overcomplicate things, overthink things. Let God do that for you, right? Let him take control. Let's see where this comes from. Psalm 8:5. For you have made him a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and honor. And we have Genesis 1:26-27. Then God said, let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let him rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. And we have Romans 8:6. The mind of sinful man is death, but the mind controlled by the Spirit is life and peace. I'm going to say it one more time. The mind of sinful man is death, but the mind controlled by the Spirit is life and peace. Guys, we've got to get the grip back over our mind, right? We've got to do that. So many things in this life distract us. So many things pull us away from God. So many things take control of our brain and the way we think, the way we process. We have to get back in control of it. Not just control of our tongue for social reasons, but in control of our mind for spiritual reasons. That is April 21st. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys learned something. With that, I'll say amen.